Hey guys, it's me, Minibigjack24 here. Today is going to be a challenging enough video as, well, A, I have to restart this video, and B, yeah, that this video, the first attempt though, was very, very difficult for me. I'm not lying about it, yeah, it was difficult, and for those wondering what happened, but pretty much. Actually, I'll explain that in a sec because if there's anything that you guys should know about me, is that, well, I, in a sense, kind of need to confirm my age for a sec, so that way you guys can kind of understand where I'm coming from. So, pretty much, I have a late birthday, and I have a late birthday in the year, and I was born in 2005. Late birthday in late birthday of 2005. Uh, around in some point in October. I won't specify when in October, so that way no one can try to impersonate me. But I know when. Pretty much I was born, but yeah, so when around September 8th, 2016, after watching a couple of videos on how to create my own YouTube channel, it took 2 hours and 45 minutes for me to finally figure out how to convert a Gmail account into a YouTube channel that could actually upload videos and stuff. Took me a while to figure it out, and this was Thursday, September 8th, 2016. I remember it being a Thursday because, well, I remember publishing my first video on Friday, and I did that a day after I created my channel. Pretty much, though, so it's been 6 years since my channel was originally begun, and I've been posting videos pretty much from the beginning. It was more weekly to more whenever I felt like it throughout the week, but I always made sure that was, in the same week basis, and throughout my earlier years, you can actually hear my voice changing a bit. That's mainly due to puberty, but that always happens regardless with age and technology. Also, on how far away I am from my computer, since my computer, in a sense, is also my microphone. Since I don't really have a microphone to use for YouTube, or besides my computer. Anyways, so pretty much a while ago, my babysitter. Well, I would call her my babysitter slash housekeeper. I wouldn't. I don't know what to really call her for sure, but she's like a mixture between a housekeeper, and a babysitter. Though she's been with my family for far longer than I was even around for. Or she's been with my family like for a very, very long time, and pretty much, she kind of interrupted my first attempt at this video, which I'm kind of annoyed about since, it's already difficult for me to talk about this subject, let alone to try to explain it in a way where, that I don't seem necessarily as if I was doing anything wrong, which in my point of view, for me lying about my age and my parents having to pretty much help me with that because, well, that I wanted to do, as I read when I was 10, I did want to do my YouTube channel on my own. I still had that strong heavy belief all the way throughout um throughout throughout the years of YouTube. Still heavily believe in now, but pretty much recently, by recently I mean like a year ago, I was given permission from parents from my parents that I could reveal my age and stuff whenever I feel like it to my YouTube channel at this point, since at this point I'm much more grown, I'm much more mature than I was than when I first started. although many aspects of me kind of stayed the same but kind of didn't, as I always have this odd sense of honesty, but at the same time, odd sense of like a weird smart but kind of cunning 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 ability to understand stuff but yet not understand any real social cues, which is why I prefer talking to my computer and sometimes my mirror, like right now. Hello mirror, how are you doing stuff like that. And for those that don't know, I have like a mirror directly in my bathroom across from where I sit to record videos, and it freaks me out occasionally if I like look down at my computer. I forget that that bathroom door is open, and I look up, see the mirror, and see myself. It kind of startles me. It's actually happened quite a lot on the channel, but pretty much though, I do want to say that I'm kind of glad that I had my first attempt interrupted, as I was rambling on about far too much stuff. But I do want to say that as much as pretty much two things that I need to really clarify is that one, I do plan on making a playlist series to post I think right before the oversimplified reactions. So that way in a sense that y'all can see it, and this is just me being a bit more honest about some stuff. As for those wondering why that I kept my channel mainly aimed and targeted at preteens and early teens coming into YouTube, because that's like the same age that I was in going into YouTube, and I wanted to make some stuff that's bit more kid friendly, but yet still able to talk about the stuff I want to talk about. Don't worry, the kid friendly portion was all my idea, not my parents. Not my parents, and pretty much. Man, my keep getting dry. I swear, I keep going through bottles of water like crazy. For those that don't know, that whenever I talk a lot, my throat tends to get very, very dry, and I go through my water bottles like crazy per day. Anyways, so pretty much the reason why I'm coming clean about this is because like I probably mentioned this before. I tend to forget if I did or didn't. But like my just while my father's Gmail account is the account that I use for my YouTube channel. Don't worry, he's got a separate Gmail account for his work stuff and for his YouTube watching, as I know him and my psychiatrist are watching this definitely, as both of them are large supporters of me. Well, my psychiatrist watches this mainly because A, I told him about it, and B, it's like a very good way for him to kind of keep up with some stuff on my mind, but at the same time, kind of not. Either way, I have a feeling we're going to be discussing it more on Wednesday, I don't need to go in any more detail about that one, but pretty much the reason why I feel like that I'm more or less coming clean about this, it's mainly because of two things. Well, for one, I had like a pretty good streak of not feeling an intense amount of depression and anxiety, and a bit of insomnia, and a bit of my insomnia has seemingly, for the moment, had basically gone away. As I mentioned I know you guys haven't seen it, but I did mention in this video that I had like a pretty good week, and I wasn't lying when I said that. That is last week was probably the best week that I had. And as for A, I finally began to notice that my workout plan and diet, as yes, as my family did place me on a diet, since I kind of have that slim dad bod kind of look. For those that don't know what a dad bod looks like, it's like you're not exactly fat, but you're not exactly skinny, but it's like you're semi-muscular, you semi-aren't. It kind of looks like you work out, but you don't in some areas. It kind of looks a mixture of like you're muscular, you're semi-not. But pretty much, my physical health seems like, for me at least, seems to be good. As so far, I can kind of notice for myself, like for the first time in a long time of me being being alive. But pretty much, yeah, yeah, I'm noticing my stomach and body is kind of, not poking out as much. I'm not stretching out a lot of my boxers, which happens a lot actually, but pretty much though, two things about my channel though is that one, I've as well, the reason, even though that I am a preteen channel and an early teenage channel, a lot of my content happen. A lot of my content happens to be kid kid friendly for a couple of reasons. Well, one I didn't want to risk a chance for getting demonetized, which I know that I could have a possible career in YouTube in the future, so I don't want to risk not getting monetized ever. And second of all, the second reason that I wanted to talk about was my YouTube series, Mini Rated R, which, although I do have to say it's quite a fun thing for me to do, although I'm still deciding how to do it though. So far, I've used it mainly for my reaction series to Hell of a Boss, which isn't bad. It's not a bad start, but it's like I'm still finding my footing to how to deal with it. As in a sense, as Mini Radar is just me reacting to more adult stuff on YouTube, since my brain kind of changed, but at the same time, I didn't want any chance of any of my younger viewers wanting to watch in on it, so I decided to age restrict the video, so I know regardless I wasn't going to get monetized for it either way. But other besides that though, I do want to say that as of currently, I am moving up from my sophomore year of high school into my junior year of high school, which pretty much means that next year is going to be a bit stressful for me since I got to do SAT preps. Although I'm pretty certain I can handle the net pressure. That pressures I got a good majority of a plan by plan basis on how to work it out. Not to mention, I also have to have like a few college preparation classes to take throughout my fall semester of school, which should be quite fine. But other besides that, I do want to say, like, throughout the entire 6 years of my channel, well, nearly 6 years, as so far I haven't hit my 6th anniversary yet, but pretty much I do want to say yeah, that I've managed to kept getting straight A's and doing extremely excellently throughout school, as a lot of people that do know me in real life, and not just only for me on my channel would happen to know that, yeah, that I'm not lying about that, as I happen to be a very good student and stuff, even though I try my best, even though some people say that I'm far too rigid. I'm not disagreeing with them. I just really don't like it when people point out that one of my flaws is that Basically, I can't read social cues, which annoys the hell out of me because if I can read social cues, then that means I would be doing like a lot better and for later on in life. But since I can hardly read social cues other besides extreme extreme expressions and stuff, but other besides that school is pretty good for me, as many of y'all probably know at this point that I'm trying to figure out mainly what to do exactly during this point of my life, as I kind of am starting to see like other stuff or stuff and all, and yeah. Oh, just to avoid confusion for a couple of the memorial videos I've done. Yes, I am sorry that I lied about my age there, as I really hated myself for doing it, but at the same time, I kind of didn't want to have access to my YouTube channel taken away from my parents, since at the time I was very young, but at the same time wasn't exactly old enough to kind of realize that was kind of a bad thing, but I kind of regret it now. It's like in the moment I didn't regret it, but pretty much though but what I did do was that I was honest about how I actually did felt during some of the more memorial videos. Mainly the 9/11 memorial videos that I do on the anniversary of 9/11 each year, which heavily upsets me because as a prideful Amer no, not prideful, no, that's the wrong word. Patriotic, that's the word. As a patriotic American that, well, actually Canadian American, I honestly feel like that the 9/11 attacks were pretty brutal, not to mention that I had family in the city. Well, everyone except for the guy currently talking, which is me. Pretty much though. Other besides that, I did use the stories of their experience, so it wasn't false. It's just all from their different perspectives of what happened. Scary time, and I've made a mistake a couple of times on YouTube by accidentally watching the phone calls that were coming in and out of the planes and towers. Well, 9/11 happened. It was sad though. But pretty much other besides that, I want to end this video on a happier note. On the happier note, I started to kind of realize that at this point in my semi-career thing, mainly what mainly pushed me to kind of realize more about this, that it kind of made me more open my eyes a bit more. Actually, no, wait, I was on the wrong, what do you call this? What do you call this? For all my years on YouTube, I never knew what this was called, and I still don't know what this is called. But pretty much what made me realize like a while ago that I'm getting more well known happens to have been the fact that on my some of my reaction videos tend to get quite a lot of views, as I was quite honestly shocked that when my Ender Wish reaction video got 7.4 thousand views. I'm not getting on how shocked I was on that. Not to mention it got like I don't know, like 3,000 views. What, on the first weekend alone? Like, yeah, that blew my mind. But yet again, for when I did my reaction to Cold as Ice, the remake, I was not expecting it to get that much, especially because at the time I was at my grandpa's house recording the video in the bathroom because that was the only place where I could viably, record without being disturbed by anyone. But pretty much, yeah, I'm quite honestly shocked that a lot of the stuff that I reacted to did made up. For instance, I never knew my Country Balls video got into this much. Although it is quite honestly a good song on the bright side of life. But yeah, pretty much though, as I can admit now that yeah, pretty much in my older videos you can hear me being more squeaky, high pitched, as that's due to me not being pubescent at the time. As currently still I am in what do you call it? Call it in certain stuff with puberty, although I happen to be at the end of it, as that's what my doctors are saying. So that seems to be good for me. And the main reason why I've been having a better week is mainly because, well, I can confidently say now that, yeah, I'm no longer single, so yeah. For any of my friends that are watching this, they know exactly what I'm talking about. For anyone that does support me that's not a friend, but a family member, well, now you know that. Now you know why I've been a bit happier lately. But pretty much, yeah, I'm no longer in the single status, and pretty much though, yes, I do plan on making more dog videos, as I know my psychiatrist loves the dog videos, and to be honest, I love them too. It's not like that I don't, and also I love my dogs very much. But the only issues really at the current moment is pollen. But the good news is my bodies and other stuff are adjusting to the pollen, so adjusting to it and getting more used to it, as it really didn't come upon until like right near the end of spring for me, is when the pollen all of a sudden started attacking my body, came out pretty much what seemed to have been like almost out of nowhere, as usually kind of hits me a bit early on, like I want to say like from April to May, but not to May to June, which is why it caught me off like a while ago when I believe, I'm pretty certain, like, yeah, it was like around this time era, really. Yeah, in this time era, like about here. From here and here, pretty much this is the time era where I was pretty much being stuck to my pollen allergies, which, for those that don't know, my pollen allergies happen to be nasal, and I happen to sneeze quite loud. Hence, one of my friends giving me the nickname Elephant Worm. Mainly, the worm part refers to the fact that I'm very smart. The elephant part refers to the fact that my nose kind of goes quite loud like an elephant's trunk. But pretty much, yeah, there besides that I do want you guys to know that I do apologize for lying to you guys about my age and stuff and not coming clean about this sooner, as I really do feel bad that I haven't done this sooner. But at the same time I wanted to get out at a time where I was practically at well, for me, an all time high. Like, this is like could be like nothing really worse for me can happen to me directly in the moment or a bit afterwards, so I had to wait a while to kind of figure out that time. I was kind of thinking of doing it last year, like when it was around September for my channel's 5th anniversary, but I decided against it. Because at the time I wasn't given permission, but wasn't until a little later, like until after my birthday, that practically, yeah, that I got permission to do so, and I was just deciding but since I kind of saw the opportunity for me to, since I was having such a very good week, I didn't want, for that to be ruined for me, so I decided to make this to get over with, to push it far out of the way, meaning that a good portion of some of my stress, which for those that don't know, for me making this video, talking about a bit about my personal life, a bit more of my personal information that I honestly didn't want out on the internet, but it was bound to happen at some point, so I might as well get it over with. But yeah, just know from here on out, I do promise to be more open about what goes on in my personal life. Mainly, but I won't bring up stuff that the people that I mention are a bit are at least alright with it. As I can say as I won't mention anyone other's names other besides if they have like a friendship with me or a relationship, meaning that my for instance my significant although pretty much yeah, it's like that kind of title stuff is I won't mention their name nor anything further, so on and so forth. And yeah, I plan to be a bit more honest about what I'm doing and stuff, and pretty much giving you guys, like, honestly, more stuff. More stuff to go to, as sometimes when I'm recording videos, I kind of feel down. Other times I'm feeling up, excited, like blood pumping filled level excitement. Mainly my Pixelmon series was a main thing for it, since, believe it or not, I've been wanting to figure out Pixelmon far longer than I've actually than I joined YouTube, as my stupid young brain misspelled so pretty much, just to place it simple to show what I did. So this is how you spell mods. Mods, Mods. DS. And my dumb brain at the time placed in this mobs for the folder that I placed the Pixelmon mod into, and I kind of realized it didn't work. I was very disappointed in myself. Then I kind of tried figuring it out. You guys don't know how long I've been trying to figure out Pixelmon. I've been trying to figure out Pixelmon far longer. I'm not joking. I literally spent like from June. Actually, no, it wasn't from June. It was from January of 2016 all the way till up until where is it? Up until here, really. Really. Actually, it's like a bit up to here. Here really is where I really actually started to what do you call it? Actually learn how to install mods and stuff properly on my channel. Actually, that's a bit of a lie, but well, I'll explain that in a sec. For those that would remember that the other year I wanted to do what do you call it? Minecraft roleplay thing with some of my friends. At first they agreed to it, but then I kind of realized that we all were a bit busy with all of our different schoolwork and stuff. And not to mention that since I was pretty bad at writing the scripts and stuff, that yeah, so pretty much with that I had a map map world that basically had some mods installed, but I wasn't sure how to install other mods at the time. So yeah. But then I accidentally had done something to the mods folder. I'm not sure what it was. I accidentally cleared it. And so, yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to gain those mods back, but I couldn't, so I had to add in new mods, and that's when all of a sudden the Pixelmon thing hit my brain again, and I'm like, oh god, oh wait, hold on. Does that mean I'm able to do that? Then I went, figured it out, did that, done that, done. But pretty much, yeah, I'm feeling much better about coming clean to y'all about what's really been going on with me. And I do want to say that, that as much as I wish that I would have done this sooner, I'm kind of glad that I've waited a bit longer, as I feel like, yeah, that this is the right moment in time for me. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Anyways, goodbye.